Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and apparently today was ban announcement day. I had heard a rumor that one might take place in August, but I don't remember if that was the old schedule or the new schedule. I'm still convinced there is no schedule, but happy Monday because banned. What's banned? Everything. WOTC banned everything. Card sleeves and case boxes, banned. You gotta use rubber band. Your mom, banned from playing Magic. Goodbye. Your mom's adorable golden retriever, absolutely still allowed to play. They would never. People would riot. Sandwiches without mayonnaise, banned. In fact, they're calling the police right now. Still kind of sick from RSV, by the way. I feel like crap. It was a fun weekend. Pretty sure the V in RSV stands for I'm very sick of having it. They went so hard on the Monday ban announcement that Mondays themselves are now banned. You're not allowed to have a Monday. If you are sitting there right now watching this video on Monday, banned. In the announcement it says if you leave a like on the video though, then you're good. So let's jump into it because they legitimately banned a lot of stuff. 0 from Standard because they have absolutely no balls whatsoever. Their schedule makes no sense. There's no logic in it. They just don't want to piss off the net deckers. They don't care how broken it is. There's a good 4 or 5 cards that clearly need to go, but they're in everybody's decks. So ain't gonna happen. Hope you like Liliana, Forge, and Obliterator. A couple others. I'm having fun with them. I hope you are too. But Pioneer, Amalia Benavides Aguirre, has been banned. Which pro player is that? It's actually a card. And I don't know, her twin brother, Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord, has been banned. That's right, in a rare double whammy decision, they have also announced that Sorin is secretly Latino, pero también albino. It all makes sense now. Y'all didn't notice he's moping around his castle with his little emo, I'm so sad, they killed the angel lady. But he still took the time to put up Cinco de Mayo decorations? Like, come on. Who didn't notice? I mean, really, like, Ken, come on. So those two have been banned from Pioneer. They say over the past several months, we've been able to gather data and observe results from a full season of Pioneer Regional Championship qualifiers. That's right, they take that long to make a decision. As well as data from other tabletop events and various Magic Online leagues and challenges, which is what they should be using. Way more people. Pros play differently than the average person. The average person plays for fun, not prize money. So, like, if you're going to have an unfun, abusive deck, yeah, it'll be overrepresented at the tournament level, but, like, you want to get it out of the hands of the people who are just trying to have fun and casually play as a much higher priority. So to take a year, just disgraceful. So they say, that basically the format is 2 clear outliers, Vampires and Amalia. So they warned about Amalia in the last announcement and just pulled the trigger now. So, I mean, not much really to say about that. They banned her instead of Wild Growth Walker, by the way, so they left that in. Treasure Cruise and Fable of the Mirror Breaker are on the bump, though, so if you got those, watch out. So the size and number of paragraphs do not scale very well with the size and number of people who play Pioneer, so I'm not going to read the whole announcement, but go read it if you really want. Let's move on to Modern. Nadu, Winged Wisdom, banned. Grief, banned. 0 surprises there. The only surprise is what's not there, which is the One Ring. How is that possible to still be legal? So, wow, they're showing up late to the party as everybody with a functioning brain found out that Nadu and Grief needed to be banned. But, where's the One Ring? I don't see it. Several puns intended. So they do open with something that I was going to leave for the end, but they say, as mentioned in the opening section of this article, the timing of the previous BNR announcement was poor. Really? Stay till the end of the video because I'm going to cover that. That is super important. But they open with this one saying, okay, that, and then we believe it is important that players know when to expect changes to the formats. As such, we thought it was important to stay committed to the announcement dates we promised. No, that is not more important. The health of the game is more important. Stop making promises you can't keep. Second most important. Third most important is doubling down on your mistake. And my list stops at 2, so just do it. Oh, boo-hoo, the date leading up to the week of the Modern Pro Tour in Amsterdam was simply too early. I mean, yeah, a week out. I mean, if somebody built the deck and practiced with it, but just ban stuff whenever you want. Just sitting there taking damage when you're taking financial damage left and right. You break your stupid promises all the time. This would have been the one time where most of the community's got your back. So it's saying it was a stale, it was a poor experience, and who would have thought, just like the Eldrazi Winter, which they did not reference, but they have to be thinking about it, it ruined the tournament. It made it really, really boring to watch and horrible to... They called it a poor play experience for players, stores, and tournament organizers. Yes. What else is there to say? So because of this, they have made a change to the BNR announcement cadence. Spoiler alert. So Michael Majors, the lead designer of MH3, the third time that they took Modern and kicked it in the balls, and still haven't learned a damn thing from it, made a separate post with a few words about the origin of Nadu and how it came to be and why we're banning it today. I bet it's just titled Mike Tries to Gaslight You for X amount of paragraphs. You suck at your job. Stop making this product. Sincerely, everyone. I'm never going to read why they banned Grief and Nadu. So, I mean, let's just skip to the part where they say, we certainly considered a few other cards to take action against in this announcement, namely the One Ring. There you go. They actually named it by name. While present in several decks, there is no clear the One Ring deck terrorizing Modern. That is so not the point. Being a unique combination of self-protection and card advantage, it is a strong card. That is the problem. That helps prop up several varied strategies. Oh, so it broke every deck evenly, and now it's an auto-include that's like $50, so you're okay with that. There's other factors. Everybody hates it, nobody wanted it, and you couldn't ban it right away because you were still selling it. And now you're doubling down to make it be like, no, it's fine. It lifted all the boats equally. Do you know how tight a Modern deck list is? And to say you have to run this or you're going to be behind because it's that stupidly overpowered? Come on. Absolutely the wrong decision here. They even say word for word, the possible problems it may be causing for Modern just aren't as clear as Nadu and Grief. No, they're clear. It's real clear. Then they try to spin it. Oh, there's a positive. There's a new Necro Dominance and a Psychic Frog deck. Wow, shut up. Legacy Grief is banned. You guys know I consider Legacy and Vintage to be a completely different game than Magic the Gathering because none of those cards were ever meant to be together. Everybody wins on like turn 2 or 3. Whoever goes first wins in both formats, and it's just a joke. It's just coin flipping. Yeah, there are some out there that are more dynamic and more fun, more interesting, a little bit more vintage cards and stuff. Thus the name, but just because some people play it that way doesn't mean most do, and at a competitive level for Tier 1, it's just a joke. So they banned Grief, shocker, I don't care, I'm not even going to read it. Vintage, Urza's Saga is restricted, and Vexing Bauble is restricted. That I didn't see coming. I mean, Vexing Bauble maybe, but Urza's Saga? Really? The whole set? Okay, there's a card called Urza's Saga. Since the removal of Lurrus of the Dream Den is how they start this announcement from the very selective Vintage ban list in 2021. Yeah, there's like 3 cards on it. What the hell? The Companion has been a growing part of the Vintage metagame. Wait, they unbanned Lurrus? Was I there for that? Holy crap, I don't remember that at all. As a format, Vintage tends to evolve slower than others. Yeah. Generally taking quite some time. Okay, they're just, yeah, let me just translate this. Nobody plays it. And if they do, they ain't showing up to the official tournaments playing with official decks in structured format. They're playing with, Sharpies and photocopies, you know what I mean? So Lurrus decks featuring Urza Saga have had the top spot in the metagame over the past year or so, often with representatives taking multiple spots in the top 8s, both in tabletop events and online challenges. While Lurrus Saga is literally the name of the deck, is widely regarded as the top strategy in Vintage, the opportunity cost of playing 4 copies of Urza Saga in the format is simply too low. So nearly all decks run a suite of artifacts that cost 0 or 1 mana, making it, not Magic the Gathering. Like I said, it's just like basically Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, OTK, look at me, OTK. Same way I just won last time. Oh, I'm going to sue you for shuffling my cards in a way that damaged them. I'm a Vintage player, woo. So, you got your Mishra's Workshop, you got your Tinker decks. A number of strategies leverage this powerful land without narrowing their overall game plan. Tends to happen when you make an enchantment land saga. So, they're restricting it. Now, if you're not familiar, that means you can play 1, you just can't play 4, or 3, or 2. Get this is hilarious. While we're talking about some of the most played unrestricted cards in Vintage, let's talk about Vexing Bauble. This little gem from Modern Horizons 3, I'm sure that wasn't a purposeful play on words to throw it under the bus, was created to stop folks from using various free spells in Modern like Grief, Force of Negation, and Living End. A card designed specifically to stop Grief was also banned for doing other things because you went way too far trying to cover your tracks. If that isn't the most MH3 thing I've ever heard, I just don't even know at this point. So, this is a reasonable goal in some formats, but not necessarily in others. So we're banning it. Or restricting it, whatever. Under Alchemy, it's just 1 paragraph. I didn't read it. I assume it says nobody plays it. It isn't even on the same schedule as the rest of these, is it? Like, that's the whole point, is they can, react to cards faster? So I don't even know why it was mentioned. I don't think it even has a schedule anyway. Explorer. What's the difference between Explorer and Pioneer, guys? No, seriously, Jerry Seinfeld is like actually asking. Isn't Explorer is on Arena and it's Pioneer with not everything done yet? Whatever. According to the numbers, literally nobody plays it. So, Amalia and Soren are banned because if it's banned in Pioneer, it's banned in Explorer automatically. So, not much to say there. Historic. Since the release of MH3, Historic has seen a significant shift in its metagame as Boros Energy quickly took over much of the competitive play space. Yeah, because he went too hard with it. To adjust the format, we rebalanced 3 of the most powerful cards. Guide of Souls, Galvanic Discharge, and Ocelot Pride. I actually didn't know that. I actually didn't know that Historic had rebalanced versions. I thought they separated Historic from Alchemy. So they're like, blah, 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 most diverse format, whatever. Yeah, all 8 people playing it probably have different decks, who cares? So Timeless. I think, what is that? They got so damn many, I don't even remember, and I made the video covering it. Is that Eternal but on Arena? Blah, 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 it's healthy, everything's great, Boros Energy totally isn't ruining everything, yeehaw, thumbs up. Brawl. An unranked mini commander format on Arena, if you're not familiar, which polices itself because they have openly admitted that the matchmaking is 100% completely rigged. So the need for a ban is pretty negligible. Now, that said, here's what they wrote. Monitor punch warning / phone throwing warning. As we often see from a new set release, Bloomburrow commanders have been popular since release as players build decks around a newly introduced legendary creature. We continue to iterate on the matchmaking for Brawl to find suitable opponents for players. The most notable recent change has been pushing Nadu, Winged Wisdom, up to match against stronger decks more in line with its power level. So 1, reminder, they rig the matchmaking. It's based on your commander. 2, Nadu is problematic. And 3, screw you, they're not going to do anything about it other than send you all to net decking douchebag purgatory where you can only play against each other, which is a fate worse than banning, and I laugh at anybody playing that absolute pile of trash. You get exactly what you deserve, comma, ha ha ha, exclamation mark. So, if you count, that's technically 9 bans and restricts. I mean, a lot of it was the same, and they copy-pasted. A lot of the formats are similar and whatever, but like, dang, they're swinging the hammer hard with this one. Not hard enough, as is always the case. I wanted them to just take the balls out of the wife's purse and say, you know what, we screwed up. Here's a bunch of cards that are banned from Standard. Nope. See you next year, bitches. So what was the change? An update on banned and restricted announcement cadence. My hope is that they hired a guy named Cadence and he's now in charge of it, okay? This is so mismanaged, it's not even funny at this point. I'm just going to burn through this. All right, here we go. Today, we're starting off by addressing an issue that we've had with the timing of our ban and restricted announcements. The current timing tied BNR announcements to set releases, placing the announcement on the Monday prior to the start of Duskmourn House of Horror previews. What? Not in Standard. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. The goal in doing so was to make sure each set had proper context for evaluating new cards and to provide fewer points where decks would change. If you can't immediately find the problem with that, then you might want to, get yourself checked out at the doctor. My gosh. However, this timing did not take into account the timing of our competitive play seasons. Oh, boo-hoo. Namely the regional championships, regional championship qualifiers, and the Pro Tour. Yeah, they don't want to, pull the rug out from under someone, a week before they're about to fly out with their deck that they practiced with for 1,000 hours. I get it, but, when has that ever helped in the past? Look back at the Eldrazi winter where you wanted to cater to those people, and then they just showed up and 68%, I believe, of people were playing Eldrazi, and it ruined the whole tournament. You know what? Screw those people. All right, screw them. Even they're not having fun. Even they wouldn't be that mad. So this led to BNR announcements that occurred in the middle of competitive seasons, or as we just saw with the most recent announcement on June 24th, they can occur the week of the Pro Tour. This can make it difficult for players to have confidence in their deck selection for events they've planned for. Oh, better cater to 500 people instead of the 10 million that play the game. Just unreal. They talk to these people on Twitter and think that the pro scene is all that exists. They think everybody's in the pro scene. That's your world. Back in our world, that's where the customers are, okay? you need to do what they want, and they're not having fun. They don't care about tournaments. They don't watch them. They don't play at them. They could care less. They just want this shit out of the game right now, and one more week, one more F&M, one more weekend playing Arena or MTGO is one too many, and they're just going to quit and not come back. So it's clear that the timing of the June 24th banner restricted announcement was poor, so much so that we notified the public ahead of time that we would not be making any changes to Modern so that the players could appropriately plan for Pro Tour MH3. This was certainly not ideal. Yeah, neither was MH3, but we didn't do anything about that until now. Moving forward, we will be aligning our BNR announcements to the RC and RCQ seasons. This will allow us to make adjustments to our play environments to ensure the best experience possible for our competitive play pipeline. Our plan is to use the RC and RCQ season, which includes Pro Tours, to gather data and observe the evolution of how each format absorbs new releases, and this means fewer BNR announcements overall, which is obviously the wrong direction, by the way. To that end, our next BNR announcement will be December 16th, 2024. Okay. I think, aren't they, they're like quarterly now? I don't even know. You can even look it up online. It's probably wrong because it changes so damn often. It is worth noting that we don't plan on changing the current standard BNR philosophy. Really? So everybody who thought that's what the announcement was, sorry, they're still gonna say, well, it's right before rotation, so we can't ban anything. And then after rotation, well, we can't ban anything because we said the next ban is in a year. Nothing is ever going to get fixed in standard, ever. Like, ever. A toxic card, instead of being around for, I don't remember what the range was. I think it was like 12 to 18 months, is now going to be legal for 2+ years. Yay. Upwards of 3, technically. Like, if there's a really bad card in Bloomborough, ooh, it's going to be a fun 3 years. I mean, they still ban once per year, but they're never going to ban anything ever. So that's not really a factor. So they say, we still only want one window per year, barring an emergency where we consider taking emergency action in standard. Standard is an emergency right now, so, all right, I guess you just don't want to keep any customers around. All right, whatever. So they write, like, a full page of absolute gaslighting bullshit for standard, and I'm not going to read a damn word of it lest you accidentally believe a single sentence in there. It's all, oh, everything's great. Nothing is great with certain highly toxic cards that people didn't even realize didn't rotate. So many people quit on the spot. I've got like some active Steam numbers and stuff I could throw out there, but yeah, a lot of people gave up after rotation. A lot. Normally, people would just kind of float for a while. They just kind of draft. They'd be like, oh, I'll build a deck when I get like an idea or when I see someone playing something neat or get a cool idea online and kind of want to do a variation of it or whatever. And they'll just draft and run sealed events, which makes a ton of money. And then they open the right packs, they get to keep the cards, and then they build up a thing and build something. That's how it used to go. Now, oh, no. People are so fed up with the rigged matchmaking and rigged draw and rigged color fixing, rigged everything on Draft on Arena that they won't even touch it. It's not even draft. It's like draft if some random person in the background, some AI, is just screwing with everything because they think they're making something better, because that is literally what's happening in the code. So, yeah, no. I mean, you guys saw, still, somebody tried to disconnect me twice for the, I believe, the 9th round, 7th win match, live on stream. I run Arena in a VM with some really interesting network mods and dual networks and a VPN, just saying. So that shit don't work on me, and I got Wireshark running in the background, okay, just in case. When I see something, I do something. You ain't gonna disconnect me. Maybe you should start with doing something about that and all the constant flaws and exploits, and then get rid of all the fixing. Get rid of all of it, every single bit of it. You think you're helping or not. Maybe keep the opening hand smoother because it's best of one and nobody wants to lose because of luck, and have a perfect deck and then just a dead hand. That's just stupid. But everything else, all the matchmaking crap where you just ignore the LO and just, kind of do whatever you want because you think it's better, or just the constant, now they're just trying mirror matches where if you do quick draft, they'll draft you, or they'll put you up against people who run at least one color that shares a color with you. That seems to be the new thing that they're doing. I don't have hard numbers on that, but the initial research shows it's far above random chance. But we are missing the variable of what everybody's running total. But still, it's a little sus. I tried purposely drafting something different, and I went up against those shared colors way more times than I should have. So, They were more even matches, I'll give you that, but I'd rather just randomly get paired up against a person who has a similar win-loss record as me, the end period. That's all I need. That's been F&M. That's been paper. Can we just do paper? Really sick of that crap. So yeah, a little update on draft there at the end there, but yeah, they ain't changing nothing in standard. So is what it is. Even on the absolute shillville platforms like the main Magic TCG subreddit, people are all of a sudden just coming out and like, nah, dude, standard's dead. I don't play it. It's been ruined. 3 rotation is garbage. The cost is garbage. The complexity is garbage. I'm getting off the rat race wheel, all right? And these are the biggest fans, let alone the more casual customers who are super done with it. So yeah, they killed the format. They're refusing to do anything about it because, oh no, we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Oh no. What a bunch of cowards. Absolute trash banner restricted announcement. Too little, too late. What else is new? I'll see you guys next video. Which, by the way, is Mark Rosewater's preview on House of Horrors.